And hello again, dear ones. I'm Robert. It's Sunday evening. Party time excellent. Yes, it is. Wayne, good to see you. Abby, good to see you. Grateful that you're with us. So grateful you are here. It is a Sunday night, and that means it is 8:15 on the Mountain Time Zone and time for our evening prayers. So grateful you are here. Hello, Shay. God evening to you as well, dear one. Grateful that you're here. What a weekend. I'll tell you, it's been, I think it's been a fabulous weekend. I've had a fabulous weekend with family and recreation and getting some things done and getting some, not getting some things done and enjoying our family and myself here this weekend. It's been beautiful. I hope and trust, I trust you've had a great weekend as well. And as we wrap this up and prepare for what's coming next week, time to wrap up the weekend and get some rest and get prepared for next week. My mind reminds me to tell you that, every Monday morning at 7 a.m. here on New Thought Media Network, I do a thing called Monday Morning Visioning. It's a great way to get your week started. Please consider joining us tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. All right. So we talk about prayer here. And when we talk about prayer, one of the things I always say is we're not talking about begging and beseeching. We're talking about an affirmation of truth. And some call it a revelation of truth as well. But it's not a begging and beseeching. We're not like, oh, please, 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 I need this for me. We open to a greater understanding of the divine truth of life, the allness, the everything of God operating as our lives and in all the ways that we may desire and all the ways that are appropriate. And we're grateful for that. And we give it up to the universe. We give it up to the universal spiritual principles and laws of this universe to make that so. There it is. So if you would like to avail yourself of our prayer request, please feel free to drop that in the comment box as we go along here this evening, or send an email, prayer@ntmedia.org. Get our entire prayer team praying on your behalf so that we may each be in that place of knowing the absolute truth of your life, truth of the one life expressing as your life. And so we're knowing on Shay's behalf that she is moving through life with grace and ease in every aspect of it. We're knowing the mind of Christ is alive within us, for the mind of Christ is part of the divine mind. It's part of the one mind. It's an expression, an experience, a divine revelation of the one mind. So I say, let's get into it. Let's go Buffs. If you're with me in a state of peacefulness, I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes and just breathe into this moment. Whatever that might mean for you. Maybe it's one big, deep breath. Maybe it's a few shorter, shallower breaths. No matter what it is, tune into the breath. Ask yourself, how am I breathing? For it is in the breath that I find the one. It is in that holy breath that I come to recognize one source, one supply, one infinite wellspring of everything. I call that God. And yet I know God by many names. Some call it Buddha or Brahma or Yahweh or Vishnu or Kuan Yin or Source Energy, Muhammad. No matter the image, no matter the icon, the oneness is just that, one. There is no two, there is no three. There is no division. There is no duality. There is one. One power, one presence, one infinite intelligence. And what I know is I know that one is forever taking on form and experience, and that the form it takes on shall be abandoned in order for it to take on new form. The experience of this day shall be abandoned to take on a new experience of the next day. So I claim for each a deep sense of knowing that all is well, that everything's working exactly as it must for the highest and the best of everyone. That means my life. That means your life. What I know is I know each one on this call, each one listening to these words now or at another time, is a divine emanation of God's life, a divine revelation of God's life. There is but one life. That life is perfect. That life is God's life. That life is your life, my life, right now. And when I say that word perfect, I mean whole, complete, nothing missing, nothing absent. We are each whole and complete with nothing missing and nothing absent. And as we awaken to that truth reveals itself as the conditions, as the events, as the experiences, as the forms of our lives. So I let go of anything that may hold me back from letting go of the disbelief and embracing the absolute belief, the absolute knowing, the absolute faith. Not that God and I are one, but that God is one and I am part of that one. I am of that one. I am what I am of that one. And that is the same for each and every one here. You are a divine emanation of God's life, a one-time event on this planet, never to be repeated. And so I know the world would be a much, much lesser place without you, without the gifts that you bring, without the gifts that only you can bring. And what I know is when I bring my gifts and you bring your gifts, and we bring all those gifts together, something miraculous happens. When we come into alignment of the truth of who we are and the truth of who we have come here to be, then there is nothing that can stand in the way. For the way is made known, for the way reveals itself in this moment, in every moment. I claim for each one that hears these words a deep sense of assurance. I claim for each to experience that sense of assurance that every part of what's happening in your life is bringing you to a greater experience of life, a greater experience of prosperity and wealth, a greater experience of health and wholeness, a greater experience of truth and love and light and order and beauty. The beauty of this thing called life. We're each being called to awaken into an understanding of the magnificence of who we are. And so I claim for each one that hears these words, that experience of saying, yes, yes, I shall serve. Yes, I am available. Yes, I am here. Yes. To whatever it is the divine is calling, no matter what it is the divine is asking, to come to the life with this deep sense of faith and trust that God's got this. God's got your back. And all is well. So there is no question, there is no concern, there is no doubt, there is no worry. There just is what is. And what is good. And I call it very good. And so from within, I feel that sense of gratitude raising up that says, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so very grateful. to say yes to this truth, to awaken into this truth, to recognize this truth as the truth of the divine. So very grateful to know this is already done in the mind of the one, already done in the mind of the one. And so I release this word into the law, the universal law that cannot return this word void, that must demonstrate this word. It must bring this prayer into form. I release this word into that law, and I let it be. I get my bloated nothingness out of the divine circuits and let it be. And if any of this has resonated in any way, I invite you to join me in an affirmation of truth as we say together, and so it is. And so it is. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you for being a part of what we're doing here on New Thought Media Network. Thank you for being with us. Hello, Garrett. Oh, I clicked on Laura's first. Hello, Laura. And so it is. So it is, Abby. Thank you for being with us again. Garrett, good to see you, sir. I got nothing more. That's it. That's all we got. We got a lot going on, though, and we got a lot of people that make what we got going on happen. Our prayer team, please make sure to take advantage of that. All the people that are working in the background to make this happen. There are countless people doing that, and there are so many folks that are stepping forward to support us in with donations and financial resources. And so I want to say a quick thank you to all of our organizational sponsors and individual donors. Please don't go away. Stay with me and say thank you real quick. Please help us say thank you to our organizational sponsors, including the Hepperlin Foundation, Affiliated New Thought Network, International New Thought Alliance, Science of Mind Archives and Library Foundation, Center for Spiritual Living Denver, Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, New Thought Philadelphia, Planned Happiness Institute, Summit Center for Spiritual Living, One Heart Retreats, Center for Spiritual Living on the Lake, Unity Spiritual Center, Kitchener, Om Center for Spiritual Living, La Mesa, Satya Center, Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey, Unity of Savannah, and Center for Spiritual Living, Seattle, as well as all of our individual donors. Thank you for making New Thought Media Network a place to be. Please come be you. And remember, like, share, and subscribe. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring. Alrighty, folks. I'm out of here for tonight. Thanks again for being with us. I'll be back bright and early, 7 a.m. tomorrow with our Monday morning visioning. So plan on joining me for that. Until next time, I wish you peace and richest blessings. Bye now.